you go. If you take part in a sport, you know it can leave you feeling good and looking good. My ball.
And we all want to stay that way, from top athletes to absolute beginners. And we can all take steps to reduce our chance of injuries. Yeah.
Some injuries can be down to just bad luck, but many can be prevented. Yep. Rebound.
I've crashed a few times. I've knocked myself out, which wasn't nice. And I've been wearing safety gear since then, really. Right, get this on, and I'm ready to go.
In sport is a lot of padding, because obviously it's full contact, just about as much as ice hockey, and the ball hurts. It goes up to 120 miles an hour. You have to wear your official hat with a cage, a neck guard, stop you from getting any sticks or whatever around the neck.
I've got body armour,
yeah.
Same as like the goalie to protect me from things. I've got gloves, so when we're stick handling, so it gets clashed.
You then have a nice set of elbow guards. Keep your elbows nice and safe when you fall over or get hit with a stick blade. Then you go on down low to your padded shorts, which cover right way up your kidneys, down to your thigh.
And I've just got a box on just in case it hits some places where I don't really want it to hit.
Kevin Atherton, one of Britain's best artistic gymnasts. It has taken him 15 years to achieve this level, and his goal is to go on for the next 10. Like all athletes, gymnasts are thoroughly prepared for their sport. They've had the right training with the correct equipment in a controlled environment, the ideal ingredients for reducing the chance of an injury. Most gymnasts train 6 days a week, and every training session starts with a warm-up like this.
I'm actually joined here by the British Gymnastics Squad at Lilleshall, and to try and prevent injury, they start with a very thorough warm-up, which I'm having a bit of trouble with.
Forward, and 1, 2.
During a warm-up session, muscles contract and relax. The muscle is warmed up by the increased blood flow to the area, making it more mobile. A muscle is made up of bundles of muscle fibres. Each single fibre can contract and relax individually. Warming up prevents these single fibres from snapping. Gymnasts can use several kinds of apparatus: the vault, the pommel horse, asymmetric bars, beam and floor. They have to be fit, strong and have excellent coordination. Annika Reeder, one of Britain's top artistic gymnasts.
What areas of the body are most prone to injuries?
Mainly the ankles, because if they're not warmed up enough, they can just roll.
So really the prevention is to make sure that you're warmed up?
Yeah.
What, these sort of exercises are good for?
Just strengthening the ankles a bit and just getting them warm, really.
Right.
And your shoulders now. Just push down as hard as you can and try and loosen them off a bit.
So the worst bit for me must be the landing, surely. I mean, it just seems the pounding and the wrists and the ankles and everything.
Yeah, the landings are hard, but if you get the technique correct and you land in the correct position, it's not too bad. But, I mean, you've got to make sure your ankles are stretched and warmed up.
Do you find if you sort of lack that concentration, that's when injuries could occur?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the concentration's another main part as well as warming up, because if you don't focus, and I have to think my routine through my head, and if I don't do that, you could just make any little mistake, and, you know, it's such a difficult sport that you could just injure yourself.
Kevin Atherton, a British medal winner in action on the rings. It's easy to see why one slip might cause serious injury. All gymnasts start here. There's plenty of padding on the floor.
It's one huge pit and it's filled with thousands of these things, pieces of foam, and they're so soft, so you can land whatever way and you land safely. We spend a lot of time training at it on this, whether with mats or into the foam. The only time we'll ever go out there is just prior to a competition. It just takes the pressure off the actual landing, so you can land and it'll be a comfortable landing.
Everywhere I've gone today, people are using this chalk. What does it actually do?
Well, I suppose when you're swinging around the piece of apparatus like the rings and the high bar or the P-bars, your hands can sweat. So this chalk actually just soaks up the sweat and keeps the actual hands dry. We've actually got these toggles as well, which help us actually hook onto the high bar as we're swinging around it, because our weight can be like 6 to 7 times actual body weight, and swinging underneath, you actually hook onto the bar and it prevents you from slipping off.
Craig Heap, another young British star on the fast track to success. He uses this sprung track to reduce the strain on his ankles when running and jumping. It's the safest way to becoming an accomplished artistic gymnast. It was then my turn to have a go.
I'm going to start off by put your arms above your head. You're going to bend down a little bit and think about doing a fast forward roll into the foam. Keep your head in, your knees slightly apart. So you're just going to go onto your back. So basically you're just going to fall over like this, head in, get over your knees, and then look forwards.
Right, where do we go from there?
Onto the fast track now. Just think about when you take off, to both feet together, like you did before, arms above your head, going forwards, and keep your head in, and you'll do it no problem. And land in the soft, spongy foam. Slow it down, that's it. Head in. Think about arms above your head when you take off, arms forwards. Brilliant.
We can see the twins cooling down in the background. Is it doing exactly the same as the warm-up?
No, it isn't. The warm-up increases the blood flow and stimulates the heart and the lungs, while the cool down tries to decrease the blood flow and eases off the rate of breathing and decreases the heart rate. So they're putting back to normal instead of trying to work harder, trying to work slower.
As well as the cool down, there's another way of relaxing the muscles, and that's to have a massage.
If you go through the muscle and you feel little knots, then that might become an injury later on.
Well, I think I'm going to lie back and make the most of this. Ah, that was good.
Good, they'll be pleased with that.
Yeah.
They will be pleased with that. I think that's fully revenged. Go and congratulate the girls.